Hi, I'm Colton Lindsay with the WGR Academy, and today I'm going to talk to you about the 5-level framework. Obviously, by now you've probably heard my first year in real estate, I only sold 2 homes. And the reason why is I didn't have a system in place. But as I started to develop those systems, I went on from 20, clear on to 75 homes a year as a single agent. One of those systems that I developed was how I could stay in touch with my sphere of influence and my past clients to generate referrals over and over again. As I did this, business started booming. But I had a vision to go to the World Cup in Brazil in 2014, and I was absolutely committed to make it happen, and I did. I went for about just over 2 weeks into Brazil with my family. We watched the World Cup. We had a great time. I was closing deals, except for what happened is I didn't have new deals going into escrow. I didn't have new deals closing while I was gone. I didn't have more money to show up when I came home from Brazil. So I realized I needed to create a new system. As I did this, one of the things that happened was as I was following up with a past client of mine, his name was Jeremy. He was a for sale by owner that I had listed and sold his house, and I went to lunch with him. I did my whole process, and one day he approached me about joining my team. He said, I want to do what you're doing. And at this time I wasn't really building a team. I had an assistant and a junior agent, but I really didn't have sales agents working for me at that time because I didn't know how to do that, or really I didn't know that I needed it. But as he approached me, I realized I could create a new system and I could build a team. And I created a 5th level real estate sales team to where to this day, I personally don't sell many deals throughout the year, going from 75 deals a year personally to where I do less than 20% of that production now, still able to generate that revenue in that business. Now, what I want to teach you though is to get from where you're at to that level is we have to understand the framework. Write this word down, awareness. See, awareness is key. If we don't know what we don't know, we're working in our blind spots, and 75% is blind. We don't know what we don't know. So I want to create that awareness for you of where you could possibly be and maybe even where you are in your business. So first of all, we want to look at what the 5-level framework is. The number one piece of that framework is the level 1 agent. This is the appointment setting stage. This is where you're earning less than $50,000 a year. You need to start just generating appointments to start getting capital into your business, to start making money. Level number 2 is what I call the network level. This is where you're making between $50,000 and $150,000 a year. This is where you really begin to develop your network and grow your referrals and expand. The third piece, the third level, is what's called the leverage stage, where you're generating between $150,000 and $250,000 a year in revenue, but now you're really busy with your time. You have more money and less time to deal with, and so it becomes important that you manage your cash flow and that you begin to make the hires, implement the systems and tools so you can leverage your time and get more done in less time. Now, if you do that properly, which very few agents do, most of it, if they ever grow, they get stuck at level 3. Most agents drop out at level 1. They quit before they get going, and they're not making any money. Right? They were like me, they sold 2 homes in their first year and they quit. Luckily, I learned the system, moved on, but level 3 is the peak for most agents, but it doesn't have to be, because when you can create that leverage, you can move to the leadership level. This is where, with Jeremy, I had to really create a new system of how to be a leader, of how to train, of how to teach, of how to get him into business and making money. And as you do that, you move into level 5, where you're making over $500,000 a year, which I don't have marked up here. Level 4 is $250,000 to $500,000. Level 5 is $500,000 plus, but you're doing less than 20% of that production. But in order to get to that ownership level, you have to develop systems every step of the way. And the ownership level system that has to be in place is, how do you keep the vision going? How do you keep painting and evangelizing where the direction of your company is? Okay? So I want to take a step back and identify wherever you're at. You've got to have what's called a roadmap to get you from where you're at to where you're going. So there has to be a starting point. Every agent starts right here at ground zero, where they haven't done a deal, where they barely know what's going on, where they don't have a CRM in place. And when you get going, you get that first 10 deals, you get that first 50K, you go to level 2, and there's new steps you need to take. Level 3, there's new steps you need to take. And sometimes you gotta take these steps over and over and over again, clear till you get to level 5. And I want to give you an example. Her name is Kristen Smith. She joined the WGR Academy a couple years ago, and she was a level 2 agent at the time when she joined. And she was really brand new. She had done some training through her company at the time, but she wasn't getting a ton of traction. She was just kind of standing still. We got her step by step into the roadmap of the 5-level framework with inside of the WGR Academy, and 2 years later, she'll make over $250,000 in a 12-month period. And check this out though. Over 65% of her business is referral based. It's sphere of influence. It's the residual revenue that's coming in over and over again from the relationships that she's developed. And I know for certain that you absolutely can create that as well in your business. What I'm going to encourage you to do is click the link down below and schedule a free business strategy call with either me or someone on our team. Let's identify where you're at in the roadmap. Let's get the steps moving forward, and let's get you to that next level so that you can be in real estate for the reason you got in the first place, which was more money and more time. Now, if you didn't get in for real estate for that, then I probably can't help you, but the reality is 99.9% of you, agents like you, watching this video, you got into real estate for that. More time, more money. So click the link down below, schedule a free business strategy call, and let's talk soon. We'll see you there.